Welcome, friends. Great to see you again. This is therapist self-care body work, a little thing you can do for your own body, because if you're laying hands on people, if you're doing acupuncture, quite frankly anything involving manual labor, to use the term, if you don't have something to take care of your hands, it's just going to be whatever. I won't say it negative, let's put it in the positive. You'll be a lot more skillful at those things. You'll have a lot more power and relaxation and so forth. Okay? So I'm going to show you just a couple of things that I do. Forearms are real important. Like a lot of times tension in our hands is about tension in our forearms. So I'm just going to show you a few things that I do, and I think you'll find it really helpful. I'm here just teaching a little private class, so I thought you'd like to join us, all right? So if you hear people moving around behind you, that's what it is. Open up a little bowl. So, one thing you can do real easy, okay, is put your palm flat on the ground. I have to move this down a little bit. So, put your arm flat on the ground. Palm up, okay, and you want to kind of like the midline of your forearm here. You want to elbow, and you can use the elbow or the blade of your forearm. Okay, either one. If you need more pressure, do the elbow. But I usually actually use the blade of the forearm, and elbow down. Go like this, all the way down. See how my fingers are going up? All this tension in the tendons. Yeah, I think the blade of the forearm is a little easier. You won't slide around, and you just go up and down that midline. I did a whole video on this called Therapist Wellness, where I got really deep into it, so you can see that on my website. That's a full-on detail. This is just quick of the quick. A couple of things you can do, and this is what I do every day. And if I miss it, my hands get tight. Period. It's because we're using so much, martial artists, anybody use your hands. You want to do something like this, okay? So you go up and down the midline of your forearm a few times, okay? Sometimes I even do a little oil and just kind of slide it down, but primarily it's more Thai style, weight bearing, press, press, press. Then you want to do your palm itself, do the meat of your thumb, okay? And this one I actually use my elbow for, okay? Really get in there good. Good, yeah, meat of your thumb. And then the center of the palm itself, good point. Okay? And then you want to do a little bit of the same thing on top of the forearm. Now this one, because of just the way the bones are, it's a little awkward if you use the forearm. So you actually need to use the elbow itself. Okay? The elbow itself. And go up and down the top of the forearm. And this is good to do too. It'll give you a lot of, it's kind of a little bit of a workout, kind of some isometric pressure, pressing down like that. Kind of works a nice wide range of motion for your arms. Good. Okay, yeah. Okay. And then now, fingers. Make sure you do your fingers, because you hook, you do all this massage, the joints get so tight. So put your palm face up again, and now lay the forearm right across your knuckles and press on it. Pulse your knuckles. Basically, the same thing we just did up and down the arm, you do up and down your fingers. You just go up and down all your fingers and really working the joints. Okay, up and down the fingers, up and down the fingers. Yeah. And this is like, when I miss this, my hands just get cramped up and tight. And so, I miss it. Alright, so I do that a little bit, rocking and rolling on it. Then what I do is, Put your forearm right on the knuckles and hold it. And now I'm going to pull this arm away. So this arm, it's like a pulling. And I'm not trying to pop my joints. I don't recommend that at all. Okay? Like trying. If you do like gentle stretching, and it does. But like this real forceful stuff, I'm not into that. I don't pop my knuckles. But I do like to stretch out this. And so what you're doing is, I'm pressing down with my right forearm, and pulling out with my left, and then I'm gently twisting. And I'm getting a lot of nice opening in my joints. All that compression, all that shiatsu, finger pressure, Thai massage, all that stuff I do, Swedish massage, all of it compresses the joints, and so I want to create openness. Put your palm flat on the ground. Yeah, and then you press down. So you definitely need something soft, like a mat, or even a pillow. then I'm holding it, and I'm twisting. I'm kind of twisting my arms. I'm I'm twisting my palm. But because the pressure on the fingertips is solid, it's just getting a real nice openness in the joints. Okay. Now put that palm flat and do the same thing. Very gentle on the tops of the. It's kind of similar to the top of the forearm. You have to be a little bit gentler just because how the bones are. But I still like to compress the bones. And this is real similar to some of the martial qigong, where you hit yourself real hard with your bones. This and all the martial arts where they punch rocks and stuff. You get at first you're like, wow, this almost hurts, and don't go hard. But gradually you'll be able to go hard. Like I can bear down on my bones, and they become so impervious to injury and stuff. And I can I can pretty much do a handstand just on my fingers. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You'll get a lot of power and relaxation both. More relaxation you can hold, more energy you can hold. All right. So pretty simple, right? Let's just do it on the other hand, just to review real quick. All we did, palm face up, elbow up. See how my fingers are going up and down like that? Okay? Sometimes I'll even hold it, like hold the pressure, and especially a little bit closer to the wrist. So right here, about in the middle, and then hold the pressure, really hard pressing with my left, and then slowly open and close your palm. Nice. Yeah, oh, and you'll feel so much like adjustment. Okay? And then go down a little bit closer to the wrist, same thing, open and close. See that? Really easy. And then down to the wrist itself, I guess just above it. And open and close. Open and close, open and close. Okay? Got it? Now, do your thumb, the pad of your thumb, right on there with the elbow, major point, all the opposable, the motion of the opposable thumb, all that action is all about the pad of the thumb. Some major acupoints in there on the lung meridian. Press that. Okay, you can do little circles. This is really, basically all humans. I mean, we connect to the external world so much with our hands. If you don't have something like this, your hands are going to have a limited shelf life. Alright? So loosen up your hands. Center of the palm. Okay? Let's do the top of the forearm real quick, and then we'll just do our fingertips. So right with the elbow on the top. Really pay particular attention to I'm going to show you a little way to do that point. LI11, large intestine 11. Really good clearing heat point. It's good for you and me too. It's fire types. Okay, but anyone can get. Because Chinese medicine is pretty much dealing with. I'm just going up and down the midline of the top of the forearm with my elbow. All about deficiencies and excesses of energy. You're too hot or you're too cold. It's pretty much. There's many different syndrome differentiation, to use the term they teach us in school, on why that is, but bottom line, it helps to have ways to clear heat or clear cold. And if you're doing body work, and especially this high-level chi stuff, I mean, you can overheat. I mean, I connect with all this energy fields, and sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit hot. So the point I'll show you in just a minute, large intestine 11 is one of the best heat clearing points. By the way, I don't think I did this on the other side. Wrist, incredible, incredible, incredible. Put your forearm right on your wrist and massage it and kind of stretch your arm out. Yeah, forearm, not so much the elbow. And same thing I did with my fingers on the other side. I bear down on it, and then I kind of move my wrist around and create some space in there with the carpals. Okay? Yeah. You have more bones in your hand than any other part of your body. There's 27 bones in your hand. So many in the wrist. There's 8 bones just for your wrist. And it gives us all the range of motion. And so you can really open it up a lot there. Okay, and then I even go down the top of the hand. Amazing, the top of the hand. Just bear down. This one, you can do the forearm. I'm actually doing it. If you go like that, it'll be the blade of your forearm. If you go like that, it'll be a little more pad. So it'll be easier to press on the top if it's too much bone on bone. So you can find the most meaty part of your forearm and press right on top of your hand till you get down to the joints of your fingers. And same thing. Go all the way down to the tips of your fingers and then back up again. I'm telling you, this weight bearing, I did Swedish massage only for years, and it's great. It's a great system. But the weight bearing, Thai massage, shiatsu, ashiatsu, these weight bearing, press and hold, marma from India therapy, all this stuff, you get way more effect, way more, because you're weight bearing. So you're getting the muscles that you're just gliding over in Swedish deeper. You're going deeper. I'm not talking trash about Swedish. I love that too, but Thai massage is the big daddy. It's the oldest system of medicine of all. This system, unbroken lineage, 2,500 years of any medical system in the world. Okay, and it's a weight-bearing system. So you do the joints, all right? Now we're going to do same thing. Just flip your hand over, palm up. We're almost done with this. And I'm pressing and releasing all the way down the fingers. So I'm just going up and down, up and down, up and down the fingertips with my blade. I'm more the blade now. So if you're like this, like a karate chop, you're going to get the blade. If you go like that, palm facing you, you're going to get the meat of your forearm. So now it's the blade because I want as much penetration in these joints as I can. Loosen them up a bit, loosen. And then go right on the joints, right on your the middle joints there, the main joints of your fingers. Hold and pull this hand out. Actually, now that I'm feeling it out, my forearm is a little bit above the joint, so it's actually right up here. So as I pull, I can kind of do that. So it's actually not right on the joint, it's right above the joint, closer to my fingertips, okay? So now I've got that there. And then I'm just going to pull out, pulling my arm away from my forearm that's doing the weight bearing. And then I'm kind of do spirals like this. I'm just trying to create some openness. Because you go and you pay a lot of money for massage, which is great. You need to do that too, especially if you do body work. And they'll do all this opening, you know, all this kind of digit manipulation to generate space in those compressed joints. Do the same thing on yourself. Press down, pull out, left and right, up and down, spiraling, okay? Feels amazing, okay? Very good. Now, I'm sitting cross-legged. I just want to show you large intestine 11 real quick. No one showed me this. I love this because I started doing LI11 as a fire type clearing heat. As I said, you can press it with your elbow, or with your thumb, excuse me. And just so you know where it is, by the way, if you bend your elbow, where the crease of your elbow ends is large intestine 11. You can press it with your thumb, you can press it with your finger, but again, I want to keep my hands relaxed. Do it with your heel. So if you're doing your left arm, you need your right heel on top. So put your right foot on top, just like I am. And then put your, where the elbow crease ends, large intestine 11, right on that heel point. So it's your left arm. Yep. And then you're putting the crease right on the heel. And notice, I'm going to lean forward, and now I'm getting the whole weight of my body on that point, and I'm not doing anything. It's just gravity. Because my arm is immobilized between my body and my heel. So as I lean forward, first of all, the heel is it's like a huge thumb. So much pressure because it's big. I can really press hard. So I'm leaning on it, and I'm hanging out. And then you can kind of turn your wrist a little bit and kind of open up the tendons. In fact, you can do the whole top of the forearm with your heel like this. Sometimes I'll even do both the heel. And this is getting a little more advanced, like my therapist wellness video gets into all this. But you can even do all this like this, where you have the heel going up and down the top of the forearm and your other forearm pressing on the inside. But the main thing I want to show you is this large intestine 11 point. Just press and hold, kind of move your hand around a little bit, find where the sweet spot is. Okay, got it. Lean on it. And do at least once, obviously. But I usually do like the 3 times, about 10 seconds each, okay? And lean, and I'm so effortless. My hands are limp, my whole body's limp. I'm not having to press, because those shiatsu, and I have a lot of respect for them, the amount of pressure they use with their thumbs is like Marshall level pressure, you know, but they have the biggest, and relax, we'll do one more time, the biggest burnout rate, period. Nothing personal. Thai massage I gravitated to because it's a little more user-friendly, a lot more stepping, a lot more user-friendliness on the therapist. So, anyway, this helps you clear your heat. So switch to the other side. So if you're doing your left arm, you need your right leg on top because that's the heels on this side. So now your left leg comes up your right side where the elbow crease ends. Put it right on the heel and lean, and kind of move your wrist around, your hand until you'll feel like the tendons moving around. There'll be a sweet spot, kind of where it's almost the most painful, but divine, good pain, and then lean on it, rock, and feel your heat kind of leaving. It's almost like, I mean, whatever, I just feel my body cooling off. You know, you get overheated emotionally, physically. This is an excellent, excellent point. And in fact, it's really good when you combine it with, this will be the last points we'll do for today. I wasn't even planning on doing these. but because it is another master point. Large intestine 11, large intestine 4. Everybody knows this. Press with your thumb, but the same thing, and it's good for what we're doing here anyway, for our hands. This time, put your hand just flat on your leg, and then you can do it on the ground too, but it's real easy right here. And you can just press on it like this. I actually prefer to do it to get a little bit better leverage if you put your palm flat. So, you put the blade of your palm, like that. And then you just let your thumb kind of hang like that. I hope you can see that, So thumbs like that, thumbs like this, and then you just press your elbow right in. But you can do it flat too, but I really like this with the thumb up, just like that, kind of karate chop, and then you press. I can really feel that opening up. So large intestine 11, large intestine 4. And this is one to just look up the indications for large intestine 11 and 4. There's many. The large intestine 4 is like master point for headaches, pain of any kind, insomnia, anything involved with, digestion, constipation, all that stuff. Okay? Do the other side, palm either flat or thumb facing up. A little bit more because the reason I like this, and I'll just show you down here just so you can see, is because not only am I getting the large intestine 4 pressure, as I press like this, my hand is getting a deep compression massage and kind of opening up all the carpals, all right? So it's double duty, okay? Pressing like that. Oh, so nice. And then just come sitting for a moment. Put your hands flat on your body here. And I gotta show you one more thing actually. No, I said that'd be the last one, but this is actually the main thing I do. If I just have time right before bed for one thing for my hand, this is it, okay? I'm gonna sit aside so you can see. You gotta sit on your palms. So bring your palms underneath your body and sit on them. And you need to be kind of on a firm surface for this. Oh my God, I'm just getting so much opening. You can kind of bring your elbows back like this, or just keep them straight. But the idea is everything in yoga is pose, counter pose. So the pose of life is, okay, you're strapped, for example, you lean forward out there, you're texting, you're at a desk, whatever. So a lot of yoga will open on this back opener, stuff like this. Well, if we're constantly doing this, gripping stuff, doing stuff, you need to expand, you need to open counter pose. It's all about the genius of counter pose. Same in Chinese medicine. We work with opposites, right? If you're too cold, we heat up. If you're too hot, we cool down, right? Makes sense, right? So, same thing, we're opening up, all right? So that's real, real easy. Now, I'm going to swing my hands around, and make sure you're sitting, by the way, exactly how I am, getting hung up on my philodendron, which is one of the highest oxygen yielding plants. Really good for having your house for air. Now you sit forward on them. So you're sitting like this. That's not going to work. You need to sit with your leg completely flat. See that? Yeah. So now what you can do is across your shin here is you can put right across your big knuckles of your fingers here. Okay. You put your shin straight across that. And then you lean forward. And as I'm leaning forward, I'm kind of pulling up. See how my elbows are going up? See that? I'm pulling up with my elbows. So I'm getting the same thing. I'm getting this kind of stretch like this. And they do it in all this martial arts and stuff. But the same thing, I want to rest my hands, right? So I'm just going to use my leg. So pull up like that. And I just hang out. And I'll do meditation here. On my other video, the therapist wellness meditation video, I'll do the whole thing from right here. Smile to my 3 cauldrons. Good energy, good heart, good mind. 3 minds into 1 mind. All the energy, head, heart, and belly into a single pearl. Take 1% of 1% of energy from the nucleus of that pearl out to the universal source. Let it multiply with the infinite energy of the universe. And from the universal source back to my personal star, the personal star for whoever I'm working with, and then my hands. Because I'm going to lay my hands on you. So my hands are literally connected. And at first it's very mental. People hear this stuff. The first time you're hearing this, you're like, what are you talking about? That's how manifestation works. You think about it, you start to feel it, you embody it. You think, you feel, you become. So yeah, you got to think about it first. But then you'll feel it more and more and you'll embody it more and more, okay? And then just relax. Completely relax. Try not to go grab anything right away. Just sit with your hand, relax. Yeah, don't even grip. Don't make a fist. Keep your hands open and just let your tendons and your joints and your muscles in your hands kind of reset. Just close your eyes. relax into your breath, and I'll usually just go into some form of meditation right from here. Or I'll just go right to bed. I'll do that right before bed. I kind of like taking my hands off, okay? So I hope you find that helpful. If you're using your hands for anything, this is a real good set, okay? So I'm going to ring the bell in honor of your highest wellness and good fortune. I hope to see you back.